Up, guys? I'm going to make a super controversial video today, and I'm going to talk about why I think, okay, don't hate me. Although I'm a big fan of remote work, and I think it's very useful now, and I think it's very practical. I think we can do a lot of things now from home, and I'm not advocating for people to go back to the office 5 days a week anymore, like the way I grew up in public accounting. I'm not asking for that, but this past week, I was able to work in an audit room at a client site, which has not happened in like, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. Honestly, man, I cannot tell you, working in an audit room is unmatched, unparalleled. There's nothing like it, really, in the audit world, really. I just, you cannot compare working at home, staying by yourself, just getting audit tasks and really just kind of like feeling like a cog in the machine and just like doing whatever it is you need to do, feeling super lost, not being able to ask questions with someone right there. Honestly, I was in an audit room with an audit partner, an audit senior manager, myself, and two seniors and two other audit staff. And honestly, man, I mean, I think it was so cool, the conversations that we had, the laughs that we were able to have, the camaraderie we built. Really brought me back to why I feel like I've stayed in public accounting so long, because even I myself, I'm a senior manager. I was able to work directly with an associate that had just started at the firm 2 months ago, and I was able to help walk him through certain things, certain transactions, certain things that I saw during my review that it'd be very, very hard for me to really get the point across if I had just left a review note, in the audit file saying, hey, make sure you fix this. And now I don't ever talk to him because he rolls off the job or whatever. I'm just saying, although I'm a fan of remote work, and I do think it is here to stay, I am a proponent of being able to be flexible, especially even with audit associates. I don't think there's anything wrong with working from home 2 to 3 days a week. I think we should do that now. But in my opinion, if you are given the option of, hey, you know what, do you want to work from home or do you want to come to the office or go to a client site once or twice a week, please do yourself a favor. And I hate sounding like a total boomer by saying this, but you need to go back, man. I cannot stress it enough. Honestly, working in that audit room, traveling for 2 days to the client site, and actually got a hotel there and everything. Being able to be out there for a few days, it was just awesome. It really brought me back to, the good memories I had coming up in audit in my career. And, being able to be in that room, being able to speak with people that are working on the same engagement you are, feeling like you're part of a team, feeling like you're working towards something. I think it's unmatched and unparalleled. I think it's so cool. I think few industries have that in them, and especially for some of you that are maybe just starting in public accounting, do your best to be involved with the firm. I always compare it to those people that in college didn't have the best experience, and usually you ask them, and it's because they weren't involved. They didn't really make a lot of friends. They didn't make an effort to really be immersed in the culture of whatever program they were at. And that's the same thing when you work at a public accounting firm. I think the more you could try to take advantage of all of the resources, the free lunches, the great internal networking events, everything that the firm has to offer, especially when it comes to your actual professional career. Because honestly, I always say this to a lot of people, and even when I have leadership meetings at the firm, people will, they'll like the happy hours, they'll like the social events. That's fine. People don't stay at a firm or a company because of the happy hours they put together. They stay at a place that helps them fulfill their personal and professional needs. If a firm or a company or some organization is not fulfilling your personal or professional aspirations, you are going to leave. If you do not feel like you are growing professionally and you don't feel like you're getting to where you need to be, building a skill for yourself so you can leverage that and use that for whatever else is you want to do, that's where people typically have a lot of turnover, in my opinion. And if you have the option and if it's given to you to say, hey, do you want to maybe work in an audit room for once or twice a week? I know a lot of people are doing planning for a lot of the year-end engagements right now. If you're given the option to work at a client site, to work in the office with your team, I highly encourage you. Again, I'm not saying, I would definitely even push back, even if I was an associate, to say, if they were asking me, you need to be back in the office 5 days a week. I don't agree with that either. I don't. I think that's not necessary anymore. But I think once or twice a week at the minimum is something that you should fully take advantage of. And I can tell you from personal experience, if I didn't have those first few years of my career when I was in an audit room, in the trenches with my team, developing the skills that I needed to, developing the camaraderie, developing the relationships that I have, Because it's funny. I feel like the strongest relationships, if you really look at them, they're usually built with a group of people that you endured and suffered and struggled with. I don't know what it does, or I don't know what type of human experience we have because of that, but I can promise you, you're going to have a much more fulfilled personal and professional life if you can at least do it in person once or twice a week. I know some people are fully remote, and I get it, and that's fine, and it may work for you, but I do feel like you are missing a little X factor in your career and professional development if you're always remote. I feel like you're going to miss certain development skills and points that you otherwise would have if you were in person. And again, I don't want everyone to hate me in the comment section telling me that I'm old, that I'm a boomer, that I'm whatever. But I do feel like if you are given the option to either work from home every day or come to the office once or twice a week or to a client site, I highly recommend that you say, I like to work from home 2 to 3 days a week, but I would also like to be at a client site. I don't think either or works, just because, I feel like there is a lot of advantages to working remotely. I feel like the work we do, thank God, we were able to do it, from the comfort of our home or wherever you really want to do it from. But also, I think even building a relationship with your client, talking over a Zoom call or WebEx or Microsoft Teams, it's not the same, and the level of meaningful and deep relationships you can build with other people will never be, you can never compare it to building it in person with someone. So I highly recommend, if you're given the option, please do the best you can to be with your people, to talk with your firm, to talk with the people in your group, to meet with your clients, to be in person, to work in a team, because I promise you're going to have a much more healthy and fulfilled professional life if you do that. All right, guys, it's going to be it for the video today. If you found value in this video, please make sure to smash the like button below. Until next time, work hard, just well. Peace.